So I was at a family wedding over the weekend. And we're sitting there with my cousin and his wife, and they were saying, oh, we've been married for like 27 years now. And I was talking to my sister Shannon and I, and we're like, oh, that's amazing. And his wife looks at us and she goes, do you know when our first date was or what we did for our first date? And we were like, no, because like, why would we know?
Right.
And she goes, it was to your dad's funeral.
Oh my God.
I mean, I died laughing. I was not offended at all.
Oh, no, not offended. But
it was, yeah. And then his sister is sitting next to me because my cousin is a male. And she was like, yeah, could you imagine he shows up with a girl at your dad's funeral? And we were like...
Scandal. I mean, it all worked out.
I guess.
Shut up,
it
Meg.
did. It worked out. No, it did work well. My dad was already dead. So that's what it is. Dead parent joke, you guys. It's fine.
Oh, man.
But it was just funny. So she apparently... they had mutual family friends, and a family friend of hers that she was really close with knew my dad's side of the family, and so was going to the funeral, and so like tied in apparently. But his sister was like, "Yeah, he showed up with a girl at your dad's funeral." I'm like,
as one does.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, they're still together.
They're still together, happily married, the 4 kids, and life and whatever. Still love them. Very nice people and.
That is
great
really
humans,
funny.
But I literally was like crying. I was laughing so hard. I was like, you're just such a romantic. You took her to my dad's funeral.
That's something.
Something, you guys.
Something.
Anyways, how you doing, Meg?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, alive.
We're alive. We're here. We're kicking.
It's fall.
The tree,
y'all.
The tree is actually red now.
The tree is actually red.
It's pumpkin spice season. It's crispy in the air. Kids are going back to school. It's sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
It's sweater weather.
I am appreciating that a little bit. Kids back in school, I think, yes. We get the routine back.
Right. I mean, at the time of recording, we still have another week, but we're not supposed to timestamp us.
But what if this doesn't drop then? What if we do something?
I said at the time of recording.
Oh, we still have another week. Okay,
yeah.
True.
Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Anyways, all right. I have a joke.
What you got?
This was sent in by, aka texted to me by Rupert, who is he's
the unofficial joke man.
Unofficial joke
of
man.
Lunatic Soup.
So it's me. I went to the doctor because I had been bitten by a wolf. The doctor asked where, and I said, no, just a regular one.
That may be my top 5 jokes of the whole show.
I had told her about this joke yesterday. I was like, I got a good joke I'm really excited about. Yeah. But it just killed me how hard you just laughed at it.
Well, hello and welcome to Lunatic Soup, the podcast where we go into all things wild, weird, and unknown. We're your host, Meg.
And I'm Raina, ready to brew up some lunatic soup.
Let's go. Cider tonight.
The fuck is sitting behind you?
Oh, I thought I left it downstairs.
We're not going sand cider.
I really thought I left it.
Watermelon.
Watermelon. Okay, so we're doing one tree hard cider. We've done watermelon before, so we're just gonna.
We've had this one.
Yeah.
Because I remember we both started singing about watermelons, and one of us sang like one song, and I sang another.
Something like that.
It was good. That's what I recall.
It was like I forgot what we decided.
I think we liked it.
We liked it.
But
wasn't as watermelon-y as we...
Or it was too...
The smell was terrible. It was stinky sock smell.
But it was also like too accurate watermelon. Not watermelon Jolly Rancher. It was watermelon, like actual watermelon.
Actually, I like that. It's watermelon. It's like a watermelon flavoring. No?
I don't hate it. To me, it's... There's like some sort of flavor in it that's not my favorite. That's too like... I think this is what I remember from last time. It's almost like watermelon that's like soggy, like the...
Oh, you did say that.
Yeah,
like an overripe watermelon.
Yeah, when it's like turning into alcohol, like when it's getting fermented.
Well...
It makes sense though.
I mean, that's what it is.
I know, so that's why I can't really be mad about it. It's not bad though. I'll happily drink it.
So today, we are doing a Cryptid Campfire. We haven't done one of those in a hot minute.
I'm so excited.
And we are doing... Mothman.
Dun, dun, dun. I did not do what I was supposed to. Not supposed to, but I was gonna watch the Unsolved Mysteries episode about it.
It's really good. The newest season of Unsolved Mysteries. I think it's episode 3. I think.
That's because I think I watched episode 4 and kept going because I was trying to watch a specific one. So I think I missed that.
Yeah. Well, no, you watched episode 2 with the whole murder in the basement.
No, then it wasn't episode 3 because I watched the next one after that. So maybe
it was episode 4. Anywho's. It's on the newest Unsolved Mysteries. It's really good.
I'll be watching that later tonight while I fold laundry.
There you go. Yeah, that works. So I told you I had a shocking admittance.
You love Mothman?
I love Mothman. Like, he kind of is almost more than Bigfoot. Like, they're kind of neck and neck.
That says a lot.
It says a lot. It says a lot. I mean, my all-time favorite cryptid are the Fresno Nightcrawlers.
Yes, you do love those.
I love them. But Mothman and Bigfoot it's hard to choose.
I mean, well, here's the thing. I don't know enough about speak, Raina. I don't know enough about Mothman to know that or to make that decision.
Well,
but I'm going to learn.
You're going to learn.
But I will say,
buckle up, Buttercup.
We were on the ferry this week, like last weekend, picking up my kids from camp.
Did you see Mothman?
I didn't, but we were talking about something and it brought up the hobgoblins. And I forgot I couldn't remember their name, and I finally found it. I was like, they're the hobgoblins, and everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, hobgoblins. I love a hobgoblin. I just like the name. I like Mothman. I just don't know enough about. I'm iffy.
There's so much
because I don't know that I love a moth. I don't hate one, but they eat your clothes.
They do.
Yeah,
they do. So we're going to start our story in the great state of Virginia. So do you remember I told you about that game that I used to play called Deer Avenger, where the deer hunts the people?
Yes.
Okay, so every time I say or think of West Virginia, this is what I think of.
It may not be strong, but it's stinky. West Virginia. Come for the hunting, stay for the wacky dancing, banjo playing inbred freaks.
That is not how I think of you, West Virginians. But that's what I think of every single time is this. Yeah. Anyways, that's what I think of every time. West Virginia.
And that was one of your games? That was when we started singing West Virginia, and then we couldn't figure out who.
Which one were we singing?
West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country Roads. Yeah. And then we were like, who sings it? And then I said one thing, and then we Googled it. It was
John Denver.
Yeah, that John Denver is full of shit. It's from a movie. That John Denver's full of shit.
What is that from?
I don't know.
No, I've seen it.
No, we know. I know because my husband says it all the time. John Denver's full of shit. Anchorman?
Dumb and Dumber.
I knew that.
The John Denver is full of shit, man. The John Denver? Denver. Anyway, the first report of Mothman was in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, November 16th, 1966.
Whoa.
So there was a newspaper report that came out in the Point Pleasant Register titled, quote, couple sees man-sized bird, ... creature, ... something. Excellent title.
That's a great title.
Excellent. Soon after, the national press picked up the story and it began to spread across the U.S. And in 1970, Gray Baker wrote about the creature, and we've seen Gray Baker before. He wrote They Knew Too Much About Flying Saucers, which is what introduced the Men in Black in ufology.
Okay.
He also collected stories about all paranormal, like other alien encounters, cryptid encounters, that sort of thing.
Okay.
He wrote about the Flatwoods Monster, all that stuff. Then in 1975, John Keel came out with his book, The Mothman Prophecies, which I'm sure all of you have heard of. And he claimed that there are paranormal events related to the sightings, which we'll talk about a little later. John Keel is very well known, and he was a journalist, parapsychologist, and ufologist. Growing up, he was fascinated by magic, like Houdini type stuff, and he loved science and storytelling. I like this guy.
Yeah.
He began his career writing as a writer and journalist in New York City. One of his columns was in a paper, and it was titled, Are You a Repressed Sex Fiend?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's how he started off writing.
Okay.
He was in the Korean War with the...
Is it because he was?
I mean, Write what you know. He was in the Korean War with the U.S. Army and assigned to the radio station, so American Forces Network, where he could write radio programs for the troops. And he claims that during this time, he was trained in psychological warfare to be a propaganda writer. So he knows his stuff.
He knows what he's doing.
Yes. He became interested in the paranormal and was considered one of ufology's most widely read and influential authors.
Wow.
They made the movie The Mothman Prophecies, and the screenwriter described Keel as a Hunter S. Thompson type. Do you know who Hunter S. Thompson is?
Do you think I do?
Fear and Loathing in
Oh, yeah.
Las Vegas.
Okay, I know that.
Suddenly there was a terrible roar.
Yeah. I mean,
all
I know
around us.
I know Johnny Depp in it, and I've seen it.
It was full of what looked like bats, all swooping and screeching and driving around the car.
Bat
And
country.
a voice was screaming, "Holy Jesus, what are these goddamn animals?" Such a good movie.
What does he say? He's a bat country.
It's
Like,
bat country.
Bat country. And then he has another really funny thing he says.
Oh, that movie's full of
it is.
things.
I've seen it a few times, but not for a long time.
Like Johnny Depp went and lived with Hunter S. Thompson
Dang.
to get the mannerisms right, like things like that.
He's a phenomenal actor.
He really is.
I love him.
So Keel was credited for not describing the men in black, but for naming them. The first time they were mentioned by that name was in a 1967 magazine called the Men's Adventure magazine.
So he named the Men in Black.
He named it. He didn't describe them, but he named it. He's very big deal. He worked alongside like J. Allen Hynek and Jacques Vallée, and they're big names in parapsychology and ufology. His 1975 book, The Mothman Prophecies, was him investigating the phenomenon of the creature in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. The name Mothman wasn't invented by him, but it was invented by the newspaper, like the newspaper editors kind of named it, and he took that and ran with it. So, November 15th, 1966, two young couples from Point Pleasant, the Scarberrys and the Mallets, went to the police. Their story was that they came across a large black creature with glowing red eyes. It was said that the creature was standing on the side of the road as they drove by. Miss Scarberry said the creature was slender and muscular and stood 7 feet tall. He was said to have white wings that towered up over his head and touched the ground on the other end.
Sounds like an angel.
Sounds like an angel. Maybe he's an angel.
Maybe that's what it is.
Oh.
Except for I fear that he's a bit naughty. I'm just saying, I don't feel like cryptids usually do good things.
Well, I said something, one of my kids, as I was going through this, were like, Mothman's a scary monster. I said, no, he's not. Has he ever harmed anybody? And my daughter goes, actually. I'm like, Mia,
Shut it.
not directly.
Not directly. That we know of.
That we know of. Ms. Scarberry couldn't describe his actual face because she said she couldn't see it, but his eyes were so red that she said they were hypnotic.
Maybe it was a fallen angel.
I feel like they would like red. Right? Don't
They
you
probably
feel like
made that noise too.
I think so.
Like
when she says hypnotic, that's what I think of.
Yeah.
The four friends felt threatened, so they sped up past the creature, and as they did, the creature got up and started flying after them, making a horrific screeching sound. And it followed them for miles to the city limits of Point Pleasant and then veered off into the darkness. After giving the police report, the next few days were filled with other sightings of the creatures, which each sighting was reported and made the newspaper. So now they were going off of another Mothman, more Mothman. Two firemen said they saw a large bird with red eyes, what they described as a large bird with red eyes. A contractor in town said that he pointed his flashlight up at a creature and his eyes were so big that they were like bicycle reflectors. He also said that his German Shepherd was taken by the creature.
That's a big creature.
Really big. The sheriff in town, as well as a wildlife biologist, argued that this could be a local heron or a sandhill crane, but no.
That's not that big.
Well, a sandhill crane can be as tall as a man and have a 7-foot wingspan.
Okay, that's kind of big. That was a little bit big.
A wingspan, Raina.
A wingspan.
A wingspan.
Wings. I love a wingspan.
You love a wingspan.
I love a wingspan.
I know our favorite kindergarten teacher loves a wingspan.
She loves the wingspan. This is an ACOTAR reference if you don't know.
The amount of times I had to write wingspan in this episode.
The amount of times I had to write wingspan in my cocktail book.
Fair.
Fair.
Fair. This is when local newspapers donned the name Mothman in the article. Point Pleasant, West Virginia itself has some bad vibes associated with it. It's always in the land. Everything. It's always in the land. In general, that could lead to there being a mysterious creature in the area once you hear about this land. So it goes back roughly 200 years. And as colonists pushed westward, they began to have battles and war with the native people, right?
Yep.
So notably in this area was Chief Cornstalk. The Shawnee people in the area were led by Chief Cornstalk, who was a greatly respected and revered chief. In 1774, white settlers came into the area of the land, and the Shawnee were preparing to defend their lands. They were making their preparations, like in the area that is now Point Pleasant. And word reached the colonial military of a pending attack, and they sent troops to ward off the native militaries. The battle ended with around 140 colonial soldiers killed and 280 native soldiers.
Jeez, that's not good.
Time passed, and Chief Cornstalk decided, I don't want to fight. Let's make peace, and we're going to become allies to each other. Let's figure out how to live on this land together.
Why do I feel like the white people fucked that up?
Chief Cornstalk would even warn them of like impending revolutionary British soldiers. So like he was really helping out these people, but we can't have nice things.
No.
So Chief Cornstalk was taken hostage by American soldiers as a way to keep other tribes from attacking them, because instead of, talking like grown-ups, they thought if we have this revered chief, they're not going to attack us because they're not going to risk hurting him, right?
Where were all the women?
Not here.
Making food. Ugh.
Making food and raising babies and not having any talk with the men folk.
Not telling them that if you sit down and shut up.
Yeah, just be nice.
Stop trying to kill each other.
Right? So they wanted to use Chief Cornstalk as like a bargaining chip, which worked for a while because Chief Cornstalk was so respected that nobody wanted to risk it. So he did say that he was treated well and had comfortable quarters, and his son would often come and visit him and did say that he was treated well and had comfortable quarters. Good. So that's something, maybe, but it still doesn't justify anything.
No, it doesn't.
So one day, the soldiers who were guarding Chief Cornstalk left their post to go hunting, and while hunting, they were ambushed and killed by tribes in the forest. When other soldiers found them, they became enraged, and they went against orders and stormed Chief Cornstalk's quarters. Chief Cornstalk had nothing to do with the deaths of the two young guards, but the other soldiers were so enraged that they executed Chief Cornstalk. They went into his quarters, and he stood to try and have a conversation with them, and they shot him 8 times. He fell to the ground, and his last words were, "I was the border man's friend. Many times I have saved him and his people from harm. I never warred with you, but only to protect our wigwams and lands. I refused to join your pale-faced enemies with the redcoats. I came to the fort as your friend, and you murdered me. You have murdered by my side my young son." His son was visiting him when it happened, so they killed his son too. "For this, may the curse of the Great Spirit rest upon this land. May it be blighted by nature. May it even be blighted in its hopes. May the strength of the people be paralyzed by the stain of our blood."
That's not good.
And after he said those words, it was said that Chief Cornstalk died, and he was buried near a fort in Port Pleasant until 1840, when his bones were removed from the grounds of the Mason County Courthouse, and in 1899, a monument was built in his honor. In the late 1950s, a new courthouse was built, and the chief's remains, which were now just a few teeth and some bones, were placed in an aluminum box and reburied, and that's where the monument sits today. But it is said because of this curse, the land has been struck by bad luck for hundreds of years. One night in 1909, on a clear evening, no clouds, no storms, Chief Cornstalk's monument was struck by lightning. On another night in 1921, again clear, nothing in the sky, was struck by lightning again. In 1907, the worst coal mine disaster in American history happened. Okay, guys, we just had to take a break.
I got a This is a big deal. I got a notification on my phone saying that my pizza was delivered, and I was like, "What pizza?" This is from Pizza Hut. And I went.
Thought it was the kids at first.
Yeah, and I was very confused. And someone logged onto my Pizza Hut app and stole my points and ordered themselves a pizza in Orlando, Florida.
Those Floridas.
So I called the Pizza Hut there, and they said, "Yeah, it looks like they just used your points. Like, I'm really sorry about that."
They got the free pizza.
Got free pizza on my points.
On your points.
They used all my points.
Those are your points.
I mean, I didn't have a ton. Enough for free large pizza, though.
Free large pizza. I would call corporate. I would get to the bottom of this.
I'm gonna call the FBI. And if you live in Orlando and you did that, karma's a bitch. Also, am I done with my bad streak though? Like, how many things?
Yeah.
Not that that's really that bad, but like, am I done yet?
Yeah.
Let me just, like, I said this on the last week's thing, but this week's whatever. I had my car, what is it in the middle? Alternator go out.
I was going to say rotary. I knew that wasn't it.
I've been sick for like a week and a half. My daughter got pneumonia. It was really rough coming home. Then just today, my coffee maker died.
Yeah.
The port on my USB-C stopped working.
Yeah.
On
Now
my
somebody
computer.
took your free pizza.
Someone stole my free pizza. There's plenty of other things to come along with that. I just can't think of them right now. There's been a number of things that have gone on.
Nope,
I
we're
think I'm
gonna
done.
cleanse.
I'm fucking done. Meg told me I need to cleanse my house and my soul. I need to cleanse everything.
I didn't say the soul part.
Well, I said my soul. I need to cleanse something. Someone stole pizza's my favorite food, and Pizza Hut. It's my favorite.
I love Pizza Hut. That was every time we had a baby and came home, that was our meal.
Was it? Yeah.
Pizza Hut.
That's like our come home from vacation and I don't want to cook. We order Pizza Hut. And it's like, but I mean, I just love Pizza Hut.
Now, not a free one. Someone in Orlando.
Fuckers. I'm going to sit corporate on them I'm going to get my points back.
Good. You get those points back.
Plus some. I'm offended.
Any hoodles. In 1907, the worst coal mine disaster in American history happened in Monongah, West Virginia. On December 6th, 310 miners were killed. Miners meaning underground, not children.
Glad you clarified that. But seriously, because my head... I think it's such a common thing nowadays to hear minors,
not minors.
Yeah, but you just automatically, because you don't hear about minors anymore. It's not as common of a thing anymore.
Yeah, so
yeah, I'm glad you clarified because I could have been really confused for a little while.
I mean, they knew there was an explosion, but they still don't know what caused.
Okay,
what caused
so
it.
there was an explosion at a mine.
At a mine.
And
310 miners
were
killed.
Got it.
In June 1944, 150 people were killed by a tornado that ripped through the area just north of Point Pleasant.
Here.
In 1968, an airplane crashed in the area, killing 35 people on board. In 1970, another airline crashed just south, killing all 75 people on board. In 1975, Point Pleasant was rocked by an explosion in the middle of the night at the county jail. This jail housed Harriet Sisk, who had been arrested for the murder of her baby daughter. Her husband had come to the jail with a suitcase full of explosives. His goal was to kill himself and his wife while destroying the building and leaving a mark on the town. He was successful in his endeavors.
Wow.
Unfortunately, he ended up killing not just himself and his wife, but also 3 police officers.
That's not good.
In 1978, a freight train derailed in Point Pleasant and dumped thousands of gallons of toxic chemicals. It contaminated the town's water supply, and the wetlands had to all be abandoned. In 1978, the town just north of Point Pleasant had construction workers working on a power plant. 51 men died when their construction scaffolding collapsed. This place has some bad luck.
Or cursed.
So
I will tell you, this is actually going to tie into this, which is funny. I saved this on TikTok because I thought we would talk about it at one point on the podcast, and I didn't realize here we are. There's a girl who talks with dowsing rods. Mm-hmm. She does, the dowsing rods are like these copper rods, and you ask like a yes or no question, and they, people use them for ghost hunting or whatever.
Yeah.
So she does it to like whatever, I don't know, she's talking to her spirit guides or whatever, whoever she's connecting to. And one of the things that she asked, can land be cursed?
100%.
And they said yes, which I feel like we know that, but like it was just cool to see that, like, and who knows what's real and what's not, but I was like, that's cool because I think I've always thought that it's a possibility.
Well, and now you have all these things on top of it, and it just keeps
trauma. And like we said, we know land records everything, and it records emotions, and God, it's not good.
No, and this place is like, there's a lot.
So there's some haunted places there. We're not doing a haunted story, but
right. I mean, there's so many fires and floods in the area, which is somewhat normal considering the demographics. But there were 2 floods, one in 1913 and one in 1937, that almost completely destroyed the town.
Dang.
There was a barge that exploded in 1953 that killed 6. In the late 1880s, an entire city block was destroyed by fire. And then in 1967, we have the Silver Springs Bridge disaster. The Silver Springs Bridge was a suspension bridge built in 1928 that connected Point Pleasant, West Virginia to Gallipolis, Ohio. I'm going to say it.
Yeah,
Gallipolis.
that looks Gallipolis to me.
Like the Galapagos Islands.
Uh-huh.
Gallipolis.
Close enough.
Whatever. I'm going to say it more and more, and then it's not going to sound like a word.
It doesn't sound like a word
Yep.
anyways.
The official name of the bridge was the Point Pleasant Bridge, but it was more commonly known as the Silver Bridge because it was painted with aluminum paint. And most people know this story. Although, you know what? I was talking, my dad called me up. He's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm writing an episode on the Mothman. The what? Dad, how do you not know who Mothman is? I mean, like, how have you never heard of Mothman?
I mean, I don't think I've heard of Mothman until we started doing the podcast.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I thought he was more well known. Have you heard of the Jersey Devil?
I think I maybe, but I wouldn't have even known that it was like a cryptid. I don't know.
I live in a whole other world.
You really do.
I'll stay there.
You do. You're in another
I'll
world.
stay
But it's
there.
fine. I'm not mad about it.
So on December 15th, 1967, it was heavy rush hour traffic. The bridge suddenly collapsed. 46 people were killed that day, 2 of whom were never recovered from the wreckage. And it was found that a single I-bar was to blame for the collapse of the bridge. We just talked about like the I-beam on, I think it was Area 51.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that, like, it's important.
Jeez
It's
Louise.
an important part. And because of this instance, bridge construction changed.
Yeah. I'm
So,
sure.
Before the collapse, eyewitnesses reported that they saw what they described as the Mothman sitting on top of the Silver Bridge and then flying over it. Witnesses were shocked that right after they saw him, the bridge collapsed. And this led people to wonder if Mothman was responsible for the collapse itself. Now, I couldn't find anything, but I know I have heard that when Galloping Gertie collapsed, there was a sighting of sorts.
Yes, I remember that too. We've heard that on the
We've
podcast
heard
too.
that.
I feel like was it people were saying like the bat squatch or
Something, yeah.
or no the one of the Thunderbirds or something, but like there was something that was said.
And Galloping Gertie is the Tacoma Narrows Bridge.
Yeah.
I grew up in the East Coast. We learned about it and we called it Galloping Gertie.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up here and I remember like we learned about it in high school or whatever, but at the time they called it Galloping Gertie too because it fucking that shit like.
I mean, it's fascinating.
When
should
you see
look
the
up a
video, it's
Just
so
the way
when
the
you were telling the
wind-
story, I was thinking about it, and it is terrifying to imagine being on that bridge when it was doing that.
I mean, luckily, I think the only fatality was a dog.
Yeah.
But there are still cars down.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. But everybody got out of their car. As soon as it started wobbling, people were able to get out and get to safety.
Wild. But it's like when you see it, it like literally is like. You think about my wrist when we talk about
exactly. It's the floppy wrist, but a bridge.
my wrist hurts. What did I do?
Spider-Man.
Booker
Just like
does that all the time. He's like shoot.
There are other disastrous events that Mothman has been cited at. Okay, we just talked about a flying figure over Galloping Gertie. There's been earthquakes and tsunamis where witnesses have reported seeing a winged creature flying around before an event. There are also a few reports of a Mothman type figure in downtown Manhattan right before the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
I don't like any of that.
So, do we think that Mothman causes these disasters, or could it be that Mothman is warning us
Of something
of
bad.
an impending doom?
So if you see Mothman, fucking book it in some direction anywhere but where he is.
Right. Well, that's what my daughter was like. Actually, this many people have died, but Mothman didn't necessarily kill them.
Have you ever... I mean, I don't know. They always say like what angels actually look like or guardian angels or whatever. And this is
Terrifying
not
everywhere.
This is not coming from like a religious standpoint. This is like spiritual, because religious, you see it's like a person with wings and dressed in white, blah, blah. From a spiritual standpoint, they are literally like an eyeball covered in wings is like the best way. And they're scary looking. They're not Like,
A biblically accurate depiction of angels, a cluster of eyes with wings.
but that is okay. So it is in the Bible too.
That's what it is in the Bible.
But that's not okay. Sorry. Let me rephrase this. How Christianity is that what more accurate?
Yeah, how it's depicted in the Bible is eyeballs.
Yeah, but how people who are like religious,
How
or
our mainstream
religion
does depict it as like
Person.
a warrior. Ooh, I don't like that. You know
But-
that thing where you can't handle like repeating holes? That is
like
I can't
that.
do that.
Yeah, we talked about that on one episode too. What was that? I don't know.
I don't
I don't
know.
like it though.
But yeah, why couldn't it be an angel? You know, growing up religious, I always thought of angels as angels, like people who have passed on, you become an angel, right?
Yeah.
Well, I learned that that's not what it is in a lot of Christian religions. An angel is more like a paranormal creature in and of itself. You don't die and become an angel. Just like you don't die and become a demon. Like there are angels and there are demons, and they are a paranormal creature being in and of himself.
Yes.
And I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. Because you have your like.
Because that's just not how I was
You
brought up.
I mean, well, yeah. It wasn't how I was brought up either. But the way I understand it from like what I believe or know or have read or whatever is that you have like your spirit guide team, but then you have angels assigned to you as well that are completely like never been human, never been anything.
See, I never knew that.
Yeah. It's like your guardian angel is not like your grandmother. Like, although
Right.
they might be there, like in essence, like in what we know as a guardian angel, but there is actually like angels that guide you through in different
take
ways. Isn't that weird?
I need all the guidance I can get.
Right now, I need something.
Fair. But so there's two ways to think about this. He causes the disasters, or he's a messenger.
I would say that that's literally like, it's a messenger. It's someone being like, some shit's about to go down.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Mothman has been like covered extensively in the small town of Point Pleasant. The population is 4,100 people as of 2019, and they took this and ran with it. Like Mothman is such an integral part of their town. Some claim that the Mothman might be an unidentified or misidentified bird or a mutated bird. Some say that Mothman sightings are connected with UFO sightings in the area and that the creature could be an extraterrestrial being.
Okay.
And this idea is supported by John Keel, by the Mothman Prophecies, by his book, The Mothman Prophecies, when he claimed to have met residents who had premonitions of events such as the collapse of the Silver Bridge, along with seeing UFOs around the same time and having the men in black show up at their door if they talked too much.
Dang.
Because you know how like some will say that like an extraterrestrial can give you a vision?
Yeah.
So they're saying that happened, and then if they talk too much, men in black would show up at their door.
And the light flash you.
Click, click.
Forgot everything.
Yep. Some claim to even know where the Mothman lives in an abandoned military storage unit in the middle of like off the river.
Okay.
Like there's all these storage units. Like I actually watched the show where they did go and there were chains and stuff in here, but
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a cryptid.
He's a cryptid.
Interdimensional being.
Could be. Could be.
I think yes.
There is a pretty crazy military base near here, and I want to write a conspiracy episode on it, so I'm not going to go into it too much now. But
Yeah.
there is a base nearby that has some pretty interesting stories tied to it. Between the years of 1966 and 1967, there were over 100 official reports of Mothman sightings. But there's probably a lot more from people who didn't report it or were too afraid to report it. Some think the Mothman is actually a barred owl with large red, which are very large and have the red eye effect. But I've seen a barred owl. There's no way that can be mistaken for a 7-foot man.
Yeah. No.
Moving closer to today, you have psychologist David Gallo, who put out a survey to ask people to report any sightings of the creature. And he discovered that in Chicago in 2017, Mothman started popping back up. So it seems that he is still alive and well. And he's kind of gone a little bit north to Chicago.
Stay away from here.
Yes. I mean...
No, why?
Come
Not
say
if he's
hi.
like here before it's like the omen before something happens or the warning.
The mountain would blow.
Just stop it. That's like one of my biggest fears right now.
Sorry.
all the mountains are exploding, and we have like literally one of the biggest volcanoes sitting.
No, that's just east of us in Yellowstone. And some no north of us, and some south of us, and then to the west of us is the ocean.
Do you know that this one is literally like the one that is like...
This one would start off a chain reaction.
But this one is one of the most dangerous ones because it hasn't erupted for so long.
This one's one of the most dangerous ones because it has a massive population at its base.
Well, that too.
That's what makes it one of the most dangerous volcanoes.
Is that why?
Uh-huh.
And we are at its base, guys.
Yeah, but I bought my house up above.
Yeah, so did we. I refused to buy the house down in the valley. Yeah.
Same.
No.
Because it said like the lahar, which lahar is when the glaciers, that's the word, when the glaciers melt up on Mount Rainier, they have the 5 biggest glaciers like in the lower 48. When they melt, it's going to create a river. And that river is going to pick up trees and houses and everything with it. And that waterway is called the lahar. And the lahar is going to cover like 100 feet. That's why when we bought our house, I'm like, we need to be up at least 100 feet. So we're up 500 feet.
Yeah. But then also for us is what's shitty is like to get away from it. Like, let's say it happened. Like
There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, we're fucked. Like
I just said, you can't go north. There's more volcanoes. You can't go south. There's more volcanoes.
But even like, let's say we want to escape like this specific area. Like my parents are on the other side of this of the valley. Like
Can't get there.
Yeah, we won't be able to get there.
you can get a rowboat.
Then go into the acidic water where grandma's legs burn off from
That's
Peak.
a movie.
Things happen.
Gently down the stream.
My husband's actually really good at rowing, so I might be okay.
I'm good at rowing. I love rowing.
Do you? I cannot. It's not my thing.
That's fine.
Not a rower. I can sail. I know how to sail.
You can sail.
If you have a sailboat, I could do that.
Get a sailboat up here. It'll be fine.
I'll think about that. Speaking of, do you want to talk conspiracies for a second?
For a second.
Did you hear about that mega yacht that sank with
In Italy?
yeah,
Yeah.
that had like the UK's equivalent of like Bill Gates on board?
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I just heard a little blip that a boat sank.
Okay, so there's a mega, like, it was like a fucking something $1 million, like $18 million yacht. Like, it's huge, but it's a sailboat yacht. And it was owned by the equivalent of our Bill Gates, so like the billionaire over in the UK. He had just finished a lawsuit in the United States with him and his business partner, with them in HP, like Hewitt Packard or whatever it is. And they ended up winning that lawsuit. His business partner got hit by a car 2 days before this mega yacht mysteriously sank.
So they both died.
Yeah, and on board the ship was like they were on board celebrating the win, and his lawyer, another business person, his daughter died, his 18-year-old daughter died, his wife made it out alive, another person, woman was on there, made it out alive, she's 36, with her 1-year-old, was holding the baby above water. So a huge storm hit, but these kinds of yachts don't just tip over in a storm.
Right.
And they're like, oh, it was a water spout. But like, there's so many things that they've now opened a manslaughter investigation in Italy for this ship sinking.
Who's slaughtered?
Well, that's what they're trying to figure out, a manslaughter. So they're either going to go after the crew or something else, but there's something amiss.
Did the crew die?
None of the crew died.
How?
They all were up on deck and were able to make it out. All of the people were in the cabins and died. So it was 15 people survive, or 16 people survive, and 6 people died. One of them was the chef. The chef died. He was the only crew member that died.
That's insane.
This boat sank in 2 minutes. That's like unheard of. That's like in that kind of situation. There is, so you Google this, but
I'm gonna have to Google it because that seems.
There is conspiracy theory, but it's just one of those conspiracy things that, like, I mean, you look at that and you're like, how either they think we're fucking stupid, or it really is just a series of unfortunate events. But like, I'm going with they think we're fucking stupid. For
That's
him
crazy.
and his business partner.
That's what gets me is the business partner too.
I think that's what gets a lot of people. His business partner got hit by a car while he was out jogging. And then the yacht with him and his lawyers, American lawyers, sank.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And everyone else survived. So yeah,
Well, let us know what you guys think about that.
I mean, yeah. So the Italian government has opened a manslaughter thing, which they're, I think, going after the crew, saying like, "Oh, you didn't shut the hatches properly, you didn't do this." But
Yeah.
there's a bunch of people saying that, like, I've sailed these kinds of boats all over the world and I've encountered water spouts. Like, in order for, like, it doesn't make sense for this ship to sink. It is so watertight in so many places because it's sailboats, especially, they keel over really far on their side.
Right. But they don't typically capsize. Is capsizing going completely over?
Capsize flipping upside down.
Okay, so they'll, upside down. Yeah, they don't typically capsize then.
Yeah, but even a capsize, people could still get out and there'd be air pockets and they'd be okay. This literally like went on its side and went down. And so there's a lot of like boat experts, people are saying like this literally is almost physically impossible. Something happened. Isn't that wild?
I hope they get to the bottom of it, but if it's with the American government, they never will.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's with the American government or American elites.
Either one. Yeah, they'll never get to the bottom of it. The
HP people.
Yeah.
But someone was like,
do whatever they want.
Here we are. This is really sad and this is messed up. I'm not saying this because I don't think any life is worth losing. That's not okay. Especially his daughter is like, that broke my heart. She's about to start college and everything. I know. Oh. But they're like, here we are sacrificing our yearly billionaire to the great ocean gods. Because last year was this time last year was
that's right. Gosh.
But it was like literally like this time last year. Yeah. Anyways, back to Mothman. Maybe he was seen on the top of the sailboat. I don't know.
Jeez. So a live map was created to track sightings of the winged humanoid, and it gave you a visual of like the vastness of the sightings, and it's all centered around the Chicago area and the Lake Michigan area.
But it started West Virginia.
It started. I mean, it's not that far.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's up. Just up. It's up. West Virginia, Michigan.
Mm-hmm. I know my areas really well over there.
Up and over.
Gotcha. Okay. Mm-hmm. I know where that is.
Right now, there are about 161 sightings tracked on the map within 250 miles of Chicago. And they believe that these are credible sightings because they take things into account like weather and visibility to determine if the sighting is credible or not. And they also verify details from the eyewitnesses to check for inconsistencies to determine if it's credible. So they'll check for a story, and if there's anything that sounds a little weird about it, they won't find it credible. So if they say if they say it was, a clear morning, and then they go and they look up the weather that day and it said it was foggy, they're not going to take that as a credible source.
Right. Okay.
So they're really looking into this.
I like that.
In Rockford, Illinois, in August 2016, eyewitness Jonathan Lane recounted their experience with the creature they believed to be Mothman. They said it was around 10:20 to 10:30 p.m. and they were outside on the home. I mean, they didn't really say what they were doing out there, but it sounded like maybe they were bringing garbage in or something like that. And they heard an extremely loud screeching noise. So they looked around and they heard it again and discovered it was coming from trees. So they had two trees in the front of their house, and in between was a V, like in between. So they looked up in between those two trees and they saw it perched up there with giant red eyes that were large, deep, and bright red. Again, hypnotic. They made eye contact with the creature and it made the sound again. So they ran to the front door, locked it, and was done.
See you later.
They knew it was not some kind of bird because they said that they are an avid bird watcher.
Oh, yeah.
And knew that there were no birds in North America that were that big, had eyes like that, or sounded like that.
What looks like that?
Pterodactyl.
That's what I was thinking. As a pterodactyl. It'll get you.
Which, I mean, we have the pterodactyl stories that people think were pterodactyls.
Was that the hobgoblins?
It was in that same episode that we did, but I forgot what they were called.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
What was it?
It was a Cryptid Campfire. Mm-hmm. Like our second one. I don't recall. I still can't believe someone stole my pizza.
I know. I can't find the name of it. Well, moving on. So Jonathan was confused, began to look online to see if there was anything in the area that could account for what they saw. And they found that there are a ton of sightings in the Chicago area for this creature. In October 2019, Chicago O'Hare Airport began to get reports of sightings of a winged humanoid creature. Many of the employees at the airport have reported seeing this creature, and a pilot and his co-pilot gave a statement saying, "I was flying into O'Hare at 7:30 a.m. that morning towards the terminal. I was taxiing off the active runway, and I spotted something out of the corner of my eye. It was a black human-like creature flying in front of the cockpit. An air traffic controller reported seeing a creature and said, quote, "This thing was 6 or 7 feet tall and jetted out in front of the tower. It had to be at least 7 feet tall and had a pair of piercing red eyes." All the
Dang.
accounts are the same.
Yeah, piercing red eyes,
The piercing-
humanoid creature.
And
yeah.
huge, 6, 7 feet tall.
Wow.
Another employee that worked in cargo at the airport said he saw a large winged humanoid. Quote, "It looked like a person with wings that were stretched out and flapping. It flew from the fence towards the open field." He described it as incredibly large and not like any bird he had ever seen. He would not give his name and was reluctant to even give the report because he didn't want to lose his job. There are 9 sightings at the airport itself and around 60 in the surrounding neighborhoods. And
Ruh-roh.
they tried to keep this on the DL.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
In May 2020, there was another notable sighting. There was Stacy Ahern and her mother, Sandra. They were having a family day and stated that the day began just as any family adventure day. They loaded up the kids. They started off. They had 2 nieces and 2 nephews. So 4 grandchildren, her nieces and nephews. And they were going out to an abandoned area to explore and play in puddles. Sandra was looking out. I mean, what do you do in West Virginia? No, this wasn't West Virginia. This was Chicago, but still.
I was going to say, obviously, play in puddles.
I mean, I like playing in puddles.
Same.
They were going out to the abandoned area, and she was looking out the front window of the truck as they were pulling off to the side of the road. She says she saw a black figure that she thought was a balloon. So they looked closer, and she saw that it was a human up in the sky just floating there. She told everyone to look up into the sky, so Stacy looked up as well and said she saw the silhouette of what looked like Iron Man still up in the sky, just sitting still, not moving, nothing, just up in the sky floating there. She could see the shape of his face, his muscles, his arms. She said he was very muscular, just like Iron Man. He stayed straight, floating in the sky, and then once a cloud came by, he disappeared like a mist. The kids all saw it too and immediately knew that it was Mothman from the stories they had heard growing up in this area. Stacy went right to the store because she wanted to get some supplies and sketch out what she saw. So on their way back, they stopped. She got some sketching stuff and went to work. Her mom went to work the next day, knew that her daughter was sketching it, so went and had one of her coworkers, she recounted what she saw and had one of her coworkers sketch it. And when she came home, her daughter said, "Oh, I have what I sketched." It was the same thing that they sketched. I have a picture. It looks almost like a mannequin
It does.
up in the sky.
Yeah. Wow.
Just like a straight arms down mannequin with the muscles. Both of the sketches that they were being done.
2 different places. Same things.
Were the same thing.
Interesting.
Some even believe that the Mothman, much like our thoughts on Bigfoot, is an interdimensional being.
Shocker.
Or it could be mass hysteria and a collective delusion. Could be that. But no matter what,
I don't like that term.
Mothman has taken the spot as one of the most popular cryptids. Anybody who knows cryptids knows about Mothman. There have been so many stories that have come out about the Mothman. Books like John Keel's in 2002, they turned his book into a movie that featured Richard Gere and Laura Linney. One of the most popular movies. I haven't seen it. I should probably go see it.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with you?
Because there's mixed reviews in it.
Yeah.
It's not... But I hear there's a character that plays John Keel, but they kind of put his role into 2 different characters. I don't know. It sounds weird.
Just didn't look good.
It just sounds weird. There's been TV shows, and then Point Pleasant has an annual Mothman festival every year since 2002, and this began as a way to get creative to attract visitors to the area.
Yeah.
And it became so big that the average attendance to the festival is around 12,000 people.
Jesus.
They have erected a 12-foot statue of the creature at the Mothman Museum and Research Center. What do you think Mothman is?
I'm going to stick with the cryptid for now. The red eyes are what fucks me up.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Do you think it could be a demon?
No, I think it could be an interdimensional being of sorts.
I mean, but so can a cryptid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said, a cryptid.
Oh, I thought you were saying 2 separate things. It could be a cryptid or an
I think it's a cryptid who, I think it's an interdimensional being of some kind that is coming and going from our skies, alien, possibly of a different race that we are unfamiliar with.
Giant wingspan.
Huge wingspan.
Huge
wingspan.
If you haven't read ACOTAR, you're not going to know what we mean. But basically,
there's 3 men who are very attractive, and they have bat wings. In fairy terms. But they have bat wings. You know what they say? Size of your wingspan means the size of your wings.
Exactly. It's your wings.
They all say no, but so they talk about wingspan a lot because like it's
a thing.
It's a thing, but it's funny. But if you've read it, you know,
yes.
Wingspan. Anywho, well, that's interesting.
Isn't it interesting?
Yeah.
I just love Mothman.
When you were talking about that movie, how you haven't seen it because it's mixed reviews, this reminded me to tell you that, you know, how we watched Twister the other week? The other week, it was like last month, 2 months ago, whatever. And we were like, we got to watch Twister 2. So the other night, like this weekend, X turned it on.
How? It's in the movie theater.
Twister 2? Twisters?
Yeah.
No, it was on like HBO Max or something.
Really?
It's fucking terrible. Don't watch it. The acting is so bad we couldn't watch it.
Really?
The acting was so bad we had to turn it off.
My gosh.
And that was Shannon, Tex, and I all saying that. And we all wanted to watch it. And we finally hit the point where like we can't.
That bad?
It was that bad.
Jeez, that's disappointing.
It was very disappointing. It was just, and then we turned on Real Twister, and we were like,
that's good.
And we were
that's
like, do we like it just because of what it is, or do we like?
I also grew up with it. Like that's one of our movies.
But then I was watching a new show with actors that were not popular and like not anybody who was A-list or anything like that. And it was a great, like, it was well done, good acting, whatever. It was bad. It needs to be well done.
So they were just trying to like fly off of the coattail of Twisters.
You turn it on, you'll be disappointed. It was It was really like,
honestly, I don't sit and watch movies anyway, but
except for the one time that we did.
Yeah, the one time.
It was on accident.
The only time I seem to watch movies is when we make a point to come over and watch a movie.
Yeah, but that time we didn't. We were just making a point to hang out, and I turned Twister on, and you and I ended up sitting the whole time watching it instead of talking.
Crying.
Or just like,
kids came in, why are you crying? Dad. And then the end when they wrap themselves around the pipes that go into
they're flying,
their feet are flapping,
dying over Helen Hunt's clothes, and like
she's amazing,
just phenomenal,
just amazing,
good movie, man. Anyways,
for my birthday, I would like a Mothman Build-A-Bear.
Noted. Wow.
Yeah, he's Build-A-Bear's got the Mothman.
I had no idea. He's more mainstream than I thought. Maybe
he's so freaking cute. Look at all these little Mothman.
I will say the stuffed animal version is cute. I doubt the real life version, but he has ears in those.
You haven't seen it? Well, moth. It's not. It's this little. This is
his antennas.
Furry.
He also has
tentacles. Antennas.
Antennas. That's what I said. He also has a very small wingspan.
He has a very small wingspan.
That's a baby wingspan. Just saying.
But I like Mothman.
I like it. Well, if you guys have a cryptid you think we should cover,
that's a big wingspan.
Thought they said he was white for some reason.
They did. There's different interpretations.
Got it. Those are all black, like demonic looking.
There's the statue in Point Pleasant. If you've ever seen Mothman,
let us know.
Let us know if you have your own Mothman story.
Yeah, or
your own cryptid story.
Or for another cryptid campfire. If you have a cryptid you think we should do, let us know.
Yeah, I'm going to do the Jersey Devil. I want to do the Australian Bunyip. I want to do Bigfoot around the world.
I do like Bigfoot around the world. That's a good idea.
I had our yearly dinner with my friend Cherry, and we talked about, she's from the Philippines, we talked about like all the creepy things in the Philippines.
I like that.
So I have a couple there that I think I'll do.
I think anybody who listens, you hear us talk about the fact that we know there are, but different in every country. So I feel like we really want to like.
Philippines is more like vampire-y stuff.
I've heard that before, actually.
And if your goal is to scare the children, success.
I was like, get the neighbor across the street to tell you stories too, and that's just to fuck you up.
He likes me enough; he'll sit down and talk.
Oh
to
no,
me.
he'll tell you, but I'm just letting you know. It's some shit that he says he's seen or.
Put a mic in front of him. Put a mic in front of Mike.
We'll try it out. I don't know that he will. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you get yourself. Oh no. What am I doing? If you want to listen to us, you can find us on all the socials at Lunatic Soup Podcast.
You can email us at lunaticsouppodcast@gmail.com.
You can watch us on the YouTubes.
Lunatic Soup Podcast. Just type in Lunatic Soup Podcast. We pop up.
We are there.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's weird. We're at gmail.com. You said that. I don't know.
Lunatics. I think it's time for bed.
We're Lunatic Soup.
We are Lunatic
I think
Soup.
We are the Lunatic Soup.
We are the Lunatic Soup.
So,
we have some fun fall things coming up. Some fun events coming up.
The Ording Manor thing. You will see that all over our socials, as well as some other haunted markets.
We're just going to do like a photo shoot and have fun and maybe do a few episodes in costume because we can.
Because why the hell not?
Why not? It's our podcast.
I can't wait. I'm going. I told her I'm going full ball gown witch at one point. You don't have to. I'm ball gown witch.
I have my costume picked out, and it is not quite as nice.
Wait, witchy one or the other one? Your other one.
My actual Halloween
No,
costume
I know that. I'm talking about our lunatic soup when we do.
We do like a photo shoot?
No, or the trick-or-treating thing.
Yeah, I'll be a witch then. I want to be Beetlejuice. I want to be full makeup Beetlejuice.
And we will have our costume that is the lunatic soup costume that we record in, but we do not know what that is yet.
I think we have an idea.
I think we do.
I think we have an idea.
Okay. We'll find out. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you get yourself a lunatic soup.
And remember, in this crazy world,
It's good to be a lunatic.
bye.
Bye.